Hey guys, good morning. It is 9:30. So, it's Saturday, y'all. Our group is officially wrapped, right? We did a 5-day clean eating challenge. I just wanted to pop in here on day 6 and wrap things up, give you guys some insights into what you should and could do next. And first and foremost, though, thank you for being here. These groups are probably my favorite. I love these short free groups because it gives me an opportunity to experiment with new recipes, engage with you guys and get your feedback. It's like a little party for me. So I really appreciate you guys joining the group to start with, plugging in. Hopefully you got value out of this experience and enjoyed your time here. So just wanted to say thank you for being here. All right, so let's talk about what's next. Like I said, this group is wrapping up today, so I'm going to leave the group page open for about a week. But what I would encourage you guys to do is go to the Files tab on this group and make sure that you download, if you haven't already, download like the 3 docs, the meal plan, the recipes, and the shopping list. Those are things that, you might not want to do the exact same meal plan next week, but in a month or two, if you're out of ideas, you can go back to this and reuse it, right? It's not something that you can only use once, right? So just keep that in mind. Keep these as tools in your toolbox for your healthy living journey. Okay, so that's number 1. Also, you can scroll back in the group, and if there's any of those graphics that I posted with like recipes or things on it, download those, save them off. That's what I do every time I join a group like this or see something cool on the internet, is I download it. I have like multitudes of files on my phone and on my laptop of things that I want to be able to reuse later. So keep that in mind. The most frustrating thing I've done before is where I found like a recipe I really loved and I forgot to save it off, and then I spend like the next year of my life searching for it and trying to recreate it. That's pain. So don't do that. But anyway, guys, so that's how this group is going to go. If you haven't chimed in with your feedback on how this group went for you, I would love for you to post that in the group this weekend. I will be sending a message privately to everybody in here, whether you participated or not, just to check in and touch base. I want to get everybody's mailing address because I have a little something to send to all of you. But anyway, that'll be in the message. Don't worry about it right now. So I wanted to talk mostly for you guys today about what is next. Like, what can you do today to continue your journey? And then a couple of things that I'd like to invite you to, that if you want more, you can consider joining us for those. Okay, so first and foremost, what can you do now? All right, it's Saturday, meal plan is over. What do I do now, right? My recommendation is to continue the theme of what you learn in this week into your weekend and really forever. As long as you can sustain it, as long as you can discipline your mind to stay aware of making healthy choices, you will be able to dominate this thing, this clean eating thing, okay? But what I always do is when I finish a program or when I finish a cleanse or some sort of focused effort, is I look back at what I did and I see what little pieces I could pick out of it and apply to like my regular life, right? Some things to keep in mind, right? Like the easiest, super duper easy thing is to wake up and drink a glass of water. Whether it's, I always recommend drinking like a big glass of cold water because it's kind of like a cold shower for your insides. It wakes everything up. If you do that, I would really challenge you whether you actually need your coffee or not. Okay, it's not as, cozy and lovely, but it definitely wakes you up. So keep that in mind the next time you are on a road trip and falling asleep at the wheel. Okay, so wake up and drink water, whether it's cold water or that hot honey lemon water. It's an easy way to start your day, right? You can sip on that while you're getting ready and, mole-eyeing it around the house trying to wake up. All right, that's number 1. 2 is to pick a breakfast and a snack. When you go to the grocery store this week, pick a breakfast and a snack and get enough of that food to last you the whole week. Kind of like how we did in this plan, right? Make it easy on yourself. That's what I do, is each week, if I'm getting bored with what I'm having, I typically will change things up, but then I'll make sure that I have enough supplies in the house to last me all week so that I can pick what I'm going to have and then I don't have to think about it after that, because I have a lot of other life things to think about. I don't need to be thinking about every single meal I'm going to have, right? So do that. Next thing would be is, Pinterest is a dangerous place for me. Like once I get on Pinterest, I kind of get sucked into this rabbit hole and I can't get out. Like it just takes me into massive internet time. But what I would recommend you guys do is today sit down with your computer for 30 minutes, set a timer if you need to, and search for some healthy recipes with ingredients that you like. Okay, there's billions on Pinterest, there's billions on Google, but think about, hey, am I in the mood for whatever food? Search for some healthy recipes around those, and then use that to build your shopping list. So when you go to the grocery store tomorrow and set yourself up for next week, you have new recipes, new flavors, new tastes, things to keep it interesting. You have all that ready to go and in your mind on how you're gonna replicate a healthy meal plan for next week, right? Do it one week, do it the next week. Sooner or later, it becomes a habit that you just do. Okay? What else? Maybe that's it. Anyway, just some tips for you guys to continue following the pattern that you've learned in this group. Okay? So if you have any questions on like, I have a weird event coming up next week and I don't know what to do, how would you tackle this? Oh, that's what it was. I wanted to tell you guys about eating out. Okay, so let's assume that, you're like a normal human being and you're not going to eat home for every single meal for the rest of your life. You're going to be eating out sooner or later, right? So similar to how we had like the steak dinner night, you can tackle any restaurant menu and find a healthy option. I guarantee it. My go-to strategy for restaurants, whether it's lunch or dinner or even breakfast, breakfast is a little different, but basically is to find a protein and ask them to grill it however they want to prepare it on the menu. Probably don't want to have that, but ask them to grill it, and then pick 2 vegetable sides. Okay? Even if they're whatever, right? That's how I survive restaurants, guys. I say, okay, I'm going to pick a protein, and then I'm going to pick 2 veggies. Maybe that's a side salad, maybe it's sauteed spinach, maybe it's some whatever. But that's my go-to game plan for restaurants. It works for lunch. You can have any salad in almost any restaurant as long as you get the dressing on the side. And dinner time, it just makes it easier than being like, okay, I'm looking at the menu and everything has like cream sauce and butter and potatoes and, whatever, all these carby things, right? If you say, I'm going to look on this menu and find a protein in one of these dishes that I like, I'm going to ask them to grill it, and then I'm going to pick out 2 side items that are vegetable based, you're going to be just fine, okay? That's how I survive clean eating in restaurants. And I have a glass of wine because I'm like, gotta live your life. Okay? Okay, so that's the end of that. Guys, as far as what, Sherry, I see your comment. I'm gonna finish this thought before I forget it, and then I'll come right back to you. As far as what you guys can do next, if you like the structure of these groups, of having a plan laid out for you, of having support and community, of having a coach, me, right? Somebody to like guide you through it step by step. I run organized events every single month. This type of format, this free group being one of them. The next group I have coming up is, actually I have one every week. I basically do something every week, right? Next week is actually a group where if you have any curiosity about like what I do as a coach and how I've made this my full-time job, doing groups like this, you're welcome to come and take a sneak peek into our coach community. We host a 3-day group where we kind of peel back the curtain and say, hey, if you would enjoy running groups like this yourself, here's how you would do it, and here's how you could expect to succeed career-wise and financially, right? So if you have any interest in that, I will post the link to the invite. I'm going to post the link to all the invites after this video, okay? So that one is next week, Wednesday to Friday. The week after that, I'm hosting a 3-day Shakeology taste tester group. So if you're one of those people who hasn't ever tried Shakeology and you're not really ready to commit to like the full bag, which is about $130, this group is 3 days, $15. Okay, so 10% of the cost. But we launched a brand new flavor this year, Cafe Latte, which is amazeballs. But what I like for me personally, everybody's taste buds are different. And so it's super helpful to me as a coach to have new people try just a couple days of the shake and give me their feedback on the experience and the taste. Okay, so if you are one of those where you're like, I'd like to try Shakeology, it might be something I'd like to use, but I don't really want to spend $130 on it right this second, then check out the invite for the 3-day Shakeology taste test. This month we're doing chocolate, vanilla, and cafe latte. I do have some fruitier ones, strawberries and stuff, but I'm mostly focused on the savories this month. Okay, so if you're interested in that, check out the invite that I'll post after this. Last thing, guys, and this is the coolest, so I hope you're still listening. Starting in September 5th, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah, Monday the 5th, which is Labor Day, right? Our corporation, Beachbody, is launching something super freaking cool. They are doing what is called a health bet. If you've ever seen on TV, kind of like The Biggest Loser, but there's also a website called Diet Bet, where a corporation or people put up a pot of money, and anybody that completes the challenge gets to split the pot. Okay, so in this case, Beachbody, our company that makes all our stuff, right, is putting up the whole pot. Right now, the kitty is up to $1.5 million, and they will cap it at $3 million. So between now and the end of the month, it'll reach $3 million. I'm sure of it. So the point is that if you join us in our 30-day challenge starting September 5th, and you commit to the rules are show up and log your workout. Damn, I'm going to get it backwards now. Show up and log your workout 3 days a week. Show up and log your Shakeology 5 days a week. Okay? And do that for the whole 30 days. You will get your portion of that $3 million pot. Guaranteed. Everyone that completes all of the rules, 3 workouts, 5 shakes a week, gets part of the pot. Okay, so if you're sitting there thinking, well, 3 million divided by however many, I'm only going to get like paid $1. You know how many people join a challenge and then never complete it. How many times does that happen? How many people joined this group and how many actually participated? 50, and about 5 to 10 completed it, right? So keep that in mind. If you are, I love contests and prizes, so if you're contest motivated and you want to get paid to actually focus on your health for the next month, check out the Health Bet Challenge. I'm super, super excited. If you have any friends that want to do this with you, they obviously would qualify as well, as long as you guys show up and do the work, right? So check that out. That's super fun. I can't believe I'm so pumped about it because, who knows? You might get paid like $50 or you might get paid $500. You just never know. But you're guaranteed to get something. So anyway, guys, those are the things that I have coming up. Next week is our coach sneak peek. So there again, if you're curious about how I do this as a full-time career, come take a look. It's free, no obligation, no salesy pressure, none of that crap. But just you can see like what we actually do and how we get paid and all that jazz. The week after that, shake challenge. Shake challenge. So if you want to try Shakeology and you're not ready to commit to a whole month's worth of product, see if you got $15 in your bank account and you will get your 3 servings mailed to you from me along with some other goodies, and we'll do kind of a group like this, right, where we're doing feedback every day on what it tastes like, how it's going, how you feel, etc., etc. And then first of the month of next month is when we are doing our Health Bet Challenge. So if you are ready to commit to using a Beachbody program, if you already have one, that's awesome. Committed to drinking Shakeology 5 days a week. You don't even have to drink it every day. And logging what you're doing in our smartphone app for the full 30 days, then you will get your cut of that 3 million buckaroonies. Okay, so like I said, I'm going to cut this off because it's getting long, I can tell. I'm going to post the links separately to each of those invites in this group. So if you have any curiosity about any of them, just want to check it out further, check out the invite, RSVP, I'll message you and we can chat about it, whatever questions you have. Okay? Anyway, guys, thank you for being here again, and I really appreciate your participation. If you have any questions, etc., just ask them. And then now, before I wrap up, I'm going to check out Sherry's post here. She says, I have a week-long event coming up, and I can't leave the facility. Not going to be good food choices at the Gaylord in Orlando. I'm worried about it. Okay, Sherry, here's what I want you to do. I want you to go online, to the Gaylord website and check out what restaurants they have. Okay, I'll do this actually too when I get off this video. And I want you to see what the menus are. All right, and tell me, I think there's several restaurants in that facility. I've been there twice maybe, but I think there's several restaurants in there. Okay, so whether you're going to be having catered food for your event, you know, like the big buffet smorgasbord that they have at those things, or if you're going to be eating restaurants at the hotel, tell me kind of what that plan is for you, and we will peel through that together and pick out the healthiest stuff. Okay, I had to do that so many times when I was traveling for work. Week-long work conferences, things like that. It's so easy to eat crappy at those things, but it's also possible to eat well. I did it. The last 2 or 3 I went to, I was like, come hell or high water, I am not eating the crap. I'm eating well. So it is possible. So, all right, check out the menu, check out the catered events. Okay, cool. Then I will just give you some tips on what I did, and we can hopefully set you up for success there. So I know that you're going to be, I think you're in our other group as well, so you'll be plugged into the Fit family going forward. So as you're at that event, I want you to post, tell us what your options are, so that like real time we can also help coach you through what to choose. Okay? It's going to be fun. I love this stuff. It's like a game. All right. Anyway, guys, have a great day. If you're just tuning in now, zoom back to the first half of this video, probably the first, I don't know how long it is now, 10 minutes, 5 minutes, 7 minutes, and check out what to do next starting today, like what you can do on your own, and then the 3 invites that I'll be posting later for things that you guys might want to check out going forward for a more structured group like this. All right, thank you. See you later. Bye.